All right. Well, I guess I knew it was only a matter of time before I was brought into something that was ridiculous, in my opinion. So I'm just going to address the situation. I don't want to say anybody's name because I'm not trying to start drama. That's not why I'm here. But I've been accused of stealing people's content, making content because they said something and commenting on other. Okay. All right. So let me just be very clear. When it comes to the internet, you cannot believe everything you see or hear, and that includes myself. If I say something, there are people that reach out to me via email about different video topics that I make, and I do not expose them as a source because the internet is a place where not everybody wants to put themselves out like that. I have an opinion about the Detroit Lions, and I get criticized for it. So I don't want to put stuff on the internet, right? If it doesn't need to go on the internet. So if somebody emails you, everything now in today's society, you have to be cautious about it, from comments in the comment section to emails to voice notes. Everybody is keeping receipts so they can use them against you later. So if I had the situation is like this. There's a person in the comment section. She goes by Keep It Kimmy, and she was accused of being Dodash. And I said, well, there's no way that this person is Dodash. I just don't believe it. So I commented on this individual's YouTube channel, and I said, respectfully, I disagree with this because why would she be bashing herself? Like, she's actively trying to take herself down. So this person had their thoughts and I had mine. And so I'm thinking that's the end of it. So then I reach out because I've been taught to go to the person first, all right, before try to work it out, try to get some information from the person first. And then if that doesn't work, then you could escalate it. So I reach out to the person and I say, hey, I'm asking, like, are you Dodash? And I know that they can feed me anything, but I'm looking at the email and deciding, okay, going to use my, detective skills to figure out if this person is indeed Dodash masquerading as on a different account. So came to the conclusion that that was not the case, which I didn't believe it was the case anyway. So I've been accused of sending this person over to another person's live stream to comment on their live. And that is not what happened at all. So I'm being called a liar. I'm being called all that. I mean, this stuff, it's kind of funny, man, because no matter what you do, you always you're always into something. And I was wondering how long it was going to take before I was brought up into something. Um, my goal on this platform, this is a passion project. I'm not doing anything on this channel to get views. If I was doing things to get views, then I would have started talking about Dodash when she was hot to talk about. Now she's not. And if I thought I was giving everybody the proper credit, but I thought that my videos were the ones that were really pushing her buttons because I make so many videos. I make more than probably the average person now talking about Dodash. I make videos. I make a video to her video, right? And it's essentially I could go tit for tat for her. So that's why I said that I was pushing somebody buttons. I am not a content thief. That is not what I do. So if I gave anybody the inclination that I was taking content from them or going behind them and stuff like that, that is not what I do. All right. Now it's funny how we think we know people and we know them from the internet. I said, and I continue to say in my videos that nobody really knows me. You guys, even watching me, you don't know me. You don't know me. You have an idea of what you think, and that idea could be reality or it could be false. But I'm not going to be called a liar. That's not going to. I am not a liar. All right. So if I have given anybody, okay, the illusion that I'm copying from them, that I'm stealing content, that I am trying to do anything in particular to their channel, I apologize because that is not what I'm trying to do. All right. And I never set out to do it. I call myself commenting on people's pages to be just to be active, because I'm the type of guy that I won't comment on nobody's page. I called Clones TV a few nights ago, and I was debating on whether or not I should do that, because a lot of times I watch streams in the background, but what happens on the internet stays on the internet. So if I put my voice out there, I want to be very sure and make sure it's for a good reason. When I give people advice about YouTube, it is strictly based off of my experience, and I encourage everybody to get their own experience. I learned from my experience. YouTube is ever evolving, things are changing, all right? And as far as me migrating, as far as me trying to bring people from my channel, from one channel to another, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that when I say I'm trying to niche down? That I'm encouraging people to niche down. I've done that before. It doesn't matter. It doesn't help my channel. There have been people in the comment section that have asked me for my other channels, and I tell them they need to find them on their own. I made a video that I was just about to release, and I decided to make another one. Here's let me see. Let me show y'all what I've made on my channel so far, so there's no confusion as to what's happening here. All right, so this is what I've made on this channel, and it actually just posted. So yesterday I made $34.08. I have made, in the month of April, I made $197, and in the month of March I made $130. This is chump change. This is nothing. This is not where my money comes from. My money comes from my other YouTube channels. And I don't even tell, other than me wearing the shirt of my other channel, my bread and butter channel, I don't talk about my other channel like that. I'm not trying to bring anybody from one niche to another. My goal in this whole thing was to help people when it came to YouTube. Now, YouTube evolves and it changes, but the majority of it is still the same. If you don't have people watching your content, if YouTube doesn't know where to put you, then you won't get any views. And do you get paid by views? Absolutely. Does everybody want more views? Yes, they do. But I guess it was only a matter of time before I got brought up in some nonsense. And it's just, a lot of people talk like they know and they don't. They have no idea. I'm a liar. I am not going behind anybody trying to correct anything that they do. I'm not trying to do that. There's a reason, and I did not tell Keep It Kimmy to go anywhere. But me showing you the email or showing y'all the email is irrelevant, because I could literally cut out an email in between the emails. If she said that, I could leave that out. I could delete it. So, but this is nonsense. My goal is to help you on the YouTube platform. That's it. Avoid the pitfalls and anything else. If I didn't give anybody the proper credit, I apologize. That was not my intention. The only reason I said what I said is because I can make a video. I do this full time. I'm at home the majority of the time. My computer stays on all the time. I'm designing shirts. I'm doing other things when it comes to the business of YouTube. My computer stays on all day, from the moment I get up to the moment I go to sleep, so I can be ready to make a video about anything at the drop of a hat. And no, I do not edit my videos. The only time I edit them is if I say something, I make a mistake, and I'll edit it out. But this is off the dome, one take. So I do not edit my video. I haven't edited my videos. The software that I use, I record, I put it up as is. The only time you'll see a cut is if I made an egregious mistake. I stumbled too much, and I cut that out. I have not edited videos in about 2 years. It was something else that was said as well about me having multiple YouTube channels and me trying to bring people from one to another. That is not correct at all. I'm not trying I'm not trying to trend chase. I still do channel reviews for free. And another thing too, that this is preposterous. I am a jokester. I like to have fun. So when I talk about $200 charging for channel reviews, I have heard multiple times that I should be charging. I've even thought about it before I went public and said, should I be charging? But I said this before many, many times. If you pay any attention to in my comment section, people actually take me serious, and I go behind and I tell them that that is not the case. If I choose to do something for free, that's my choice. It might not be a great business decision, but it's my choice to do. And I've decided to do that. I will get to each review when I have time. I will get to each one-on-one when I have time. I like to have fun. I am not prepping anyone to get ready for me to charge for something. And the way that you build community and you build trust is to back up what you say. Now, could there be a Patreon down the line, membership somewhere where I add something? Sure. But I'm not going to charge for reviews because, one, that would be, I said I wasn't going to do it. And two, it would be channel suicide. I would be no better than the person that I'm talking about. So I am not gearing you up to charge for reviews. I have so far interviewed or reviewed 4 channels, and I have not asked any one of them for money. What would it look like if I start charging you for something I said I wasn't going to charge you for? I like to joke. I like to have fun. That's why I said I'm going to charge you $200.01. This is ridiculous. It's a joke. I like to have fun. I'm a jokester. I am not charging. I have no intent to charge. And I've said over and over why that is the case. Because I don't know. I don't want somebody. If I give a product for free, nobody can complain. At least I didn't have to pay for it, right? If it doesn't work out, one of the biggest reasons I'm not charging, because I don't want you, a person, a creator that invested their hard-earned money in something that they want from me, and then it doesn't work out. Well, you said, but I paid. So I'm like, no, I'm straight on that. Now I could be like, well, this, I could tell you there's no guarantee this stuff will work. Bob, boom, 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 boom. I don't want to do that. And I say all the time. I mean, what did I make yesterday? Let's look at it again. I made $40. And I say this all the time. This is about paying it forward. That's what this is about. I am not intending to charge for a shout out. I'm sorry, for a review, for a one-on-one. I have done 3 people. No, I've done 3 channel reviews. I just did my 4th one. I had a one-on-one with the person. I'm actually trying to keep up with that individual. And I'm really hoping it worked because I want everybody to be successful. But to clear things up, I am not a content thief. I've never been. If I've offended anybody on this platform by making them think that I'm stealing their content, I apologize because that's not what I was doing or trying to do. I am not a liar. I do not intend to charge you for shout-outs. For channel reviews or for one-on-ones. It is not happening now. It's not happening later. I'm not trying to do that. Again, it said I'm a man of my word. That's 1. And 2, it would make me the same person that I'm talking about. So I don't know if there's been some confusion, there's some misconception, or what. But this internet thing is nasty. It really is. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I'm only a villain to one person on this platform at the moment. And that's because she is corrupt. She is doing way too much. She is taking advantage of this whole thing. Now, I've been contemplating this. I don't want anybody to misinterpret anything that I'm doing. So I've been thinking about this. Like, now would be a great time for me to just get out this space and focus on YouTube. What I'm talking about, when I give you YouTube knowledge, it's what's worked for me. It's what's currently working for me. All right, there's one more thing that I want to show you as well. All right, so just stay with me. Let me show you. I want to show you a couple things. The reason that I recommend that somebody niches down depending on what they're talking about is because, to me, from my experience and my investigation, when you say niche down, do you have to be talking about one specific thing? Not really, but you need to be talking about a group. If you're talking about multiple things, those multiple things must have something in common, right? So you can't talk about movie reviews. A movie review could also be, you could also talk about a game review. But then you have two different audiences. You have the connection is that these are people that like to know about something before they buy it. But you have the movies and then you have games. But could they work in the same system? Yes, they could. Right now, the numbers still show that niching down to a genre is still the best way to succeed on YouTube. That's what the numbers, the analytical data shows that, at least in my case. Now, you can have success. I mean, even Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast has 1 billion channels. He's got Mr. Beast Gaming, and he's the biggest YouTuber on the platform. So if niching down was not important, why would he do it? He is the biggest YouTuber on the platform, and he niches down. He's got Mr. Beast. He had Mr. Beast Gaming. He had Mr. Beast Philanthropy. He had all these different things because he knew as well. And I've learned from not only my experience, but watching other creators. If I was to start a movie, want to do a movie review, I'm not going to do it on this channel. If I was to do lifestyle and get ready with me, I'm not going to do it on this channel. But what I will do on this channel is things that evolve or revolve around the YouTube platform. So whether I'm doing a meet and greet somewhere, it has something to do with YouTube. It probably wouldn't be that successful. I mean, let's be real. If I'm not talking about you know who, nothing's really popping right now, but that's okay. I even predicted that before I start doing it. So obviously I know a little something, but I'm not trying to act like I know it all. And the reason that I have not come out and addressed anybody, because I wasn't trying to start nothing. I got one issue with one person on this platform. That's it. I'm not going behind anybody checking on anything that you do. That's not how I roll. There's one person that I'm interested in right now, as far as keeping track. And I make my videos in the way that I do because this stuff needs to be receipted. I want to show you guys something as to how I learned how to niche down. And I've told you this before. This is my original YouTube channel. This channel has a video of my son walking around on it. I started my first YouTube video, I believe, was me. I think it was me. I was sharing a video of my son walking. He started walking at 9 months, and I wanted a way to share it with the family because I wasn't on Facebook. So I used it. I unlisted it, and if you unlist a video, you can send it to somebody, right? So I would send it to family members, and all they needed was YouTube, or they could use it, watch it from the browser, because he started walking at like 9 months. So I showed him, and that was my very first couple YouTube videos, at least I believe. But the reason that I still believe in niching down is because this was my original channel, and I started doing, in 2018, I started doing these live streams. Let me show you. I started doing these live streams. I was making Detroit Lions content, and I started doing these live streams. And live streams have a very unique, I'm going to show you as soon as this loads. Live streams at the time, this is pre-pandemic. So you can see here, I got right here, 227,805 views. I started doing live streams. I start walking away from making videos. I was like, oh shoot, I'm doing these live streams. I would get 300-400 subscribers a video. I was making hundreds of dollars. It was popping. The views was crazy. And this is 2019. So YouTube has changed a lot in the last 5 years. So I started doing this, and I got away from making videos. This is even before shorts were a thing, I think. So, and yeah, you're right. I am in the old school YouTube, but I evolve with the platform as well. And I'm not right on everything I do or say. And if I say something, but listen, I also say to everybody who watches my content, go fact check behind me. You don't have to take everything I say verbatim. Go fact check, do your own research. I'm just here to give you my experience, and maybe you can use it too. But I started making these videos. I started doing these live streams. And so what happened was I got away from making videos. But I also, if I go videos and I show you, I was also talking about the Detroit Lions. I was talking about the Detroit Lions at one time on my channel. And what happened was I started noticing that I was niched down into this live streaming niche. And I said, you know what? I probably should start talking about one thing. So I made the decision to start in October 27th, 2021, I created my other channel. And that was the pivot point for me. I was terrified to do that. You see how many subscribers this channel has? That's what I wanted to show you. 33,000. 33,210. I've lost 31 in the last 28 days. This channel is a streaming channel. I realized that. I realized where I went wrong. It wasn't a proper balance. So what I decided to do is I made it on October 27, 2021, just came back from the Jared Goff's first game against his old team. I decided to start a channel dedicated to the Detroit Lions, where all I talk is about the Detroit Lions. And now that channel has 29,600 plus subscribers. We're hitting 4 years in 6 months. That's how I came up with this. So now what I do is, but doing that content, I realized that, okay, even inside of a niche, there's still content that your viewers want to see. So if I do a film study or I talk about certain things, even on that channel, the audience is not there. So what did I do? I created another channel. I created another channel specifically about this one thing. So I have a Detroit Lions. I have a Detroit Lions channel that's dedicated to the Detroit Lions. I have a Detroit Lions channel, or a Detroit channel, that talks about, it's supposed to talk about more than just Detroit, but I don't have anybody to help me with the channel right now. So I simply do, it's for live streaming, because you also can have a live streaming audience and not a video audience. They have to be a balance. So in order not to mess up Lion Syndicate, my main channel, I started another channel that is dedicated to multiple sports around the city of Detroit, and it's dedicated to live streaming interaction. Started another channel. That channel had 5,000 subscribers, dropped below. I hadn't made any content. I made another channel about Lions and certain plays from the games, because I saw that content didn't resonate on my other channel. So I decided, hey, that's why I said I have no problem making another channel. I have no problem, because the audience tells me everything I need to know. If the audience ain't interested in something after a while, I will make another channel. That's all and this content would not fit on any of my Lions channels. So I made another channel. And this channel started off as gig work with the intention of always pivoting to YouTube content. It was never going to be there. But when this is a passion project for me, so I'm not really tripping on the numbers. Let's look at look, watch this. Hold on. Where is it at? Oh, it's on this side. Hold on. Let me see, because I think I still got the window open. All right. So right here, I said before I started going down the path of talking about a particular person that's probably, I didn't want to do that, because my content was going to be geared toward them. And then I do some content that I really enjoy and nobody watches it, because my audience is predominantly about this one particular person. If you look at all of this, but I know that I have time to change that. The way I'm really going to change it is to move on from this individual. And slowly but surely, I'll find a new audience. And the old people will leave, some people will stay, and I'll find a new audience. This might be a sign for me to pivot on and just leave this person alone, because this is nonsense. I'm not trying to get into, this is not a drama channel. This is not an expose channel. And I am not a liar. I am not any of that stuff. So again, if I offended anybody, I apologize. Was not trying to steal anybody's content. Was not trying to correct anybody. I'm not trying to do that. I've been in enough YouTube drama. I don't want any more. I don't want any more. I have no ulterior motives. I am a successful, semi-successful YouTuber. I got a long way to go. And all I'm trying to do is bring my minimal knowledge to like the small creator. Let me tell you what this channel is about. And I'm sorry I went so long. The last time I saw the graph, 2% of creators hit 10,000. 2%. 9% hits 10,000. No, I'm sorry. 9%. Yes, 2% hit 10,000. 9% hit 1,000. And when I saw a particular creator making videos, throwing stuff out there to dupe you into thinking that her success was going to be yours. And it literally was the perfect storm as to how she became successful. And she's selling you this false hope. I was just like, no, this isn't going to work. It really bums me out to see all of these creators that don't even have 100 subscribers, let alone 1,000. And they got all of this hope. They want to leave their job. They want to make supplemental income. They're 50, they're 60. And y'all got some good content. I have watched it. But you just give up. You give up before you can get there. It really pains me because I used to be that guy. I used to be that person. And I kept at it. I niched down. I figured this thing out and still got a long way to go. That's why I'm doing this. Because when I'm actually trying to talk about something legitimate, but this is only because of my audience. I know where it is. My audience is about what you see on the screen. I get it. It doesn't always have to stay like that, though. So again, I'm not going to get into a back and forth with anybody. I've done that enough on this platform. If I've offended anybody, I apologize. If you thought I was trying to steal from you, I apologize. You think I was trying to correct? I apologize. That was not my intent. I'm not here to make you believe it or not. You can believe whatever you want to believe. There's no need for me. But one thing that I can't let stand, I am not a liar. Do I make mistakes? Yes. I'm not a liar, though. Not at all. I preach about integrity, and you never have to worry about me charging. That's my business decision. Maybe I'm a dumb businessman. That's my business decision. It's not all about money for me. I need money. I like money. I don't love money. But there are so much more things important than money. I have been sold out from people I considered friends because of money, because they wanted to make a name for themselves. All I'm trying to do is help you do something on YouTube if you really want to. The one thing that I ask from you is always do your own research, and don't waste my time or yours. With that being said, again, I'm going to leave it here. Maybe this is my sign, man, to move on, to pivot and stop talking about this individual, because it's taken me somewhere into this drama, expose, beef. That's not what this channel is. That's not what this is. I would not be called a liar. But again, I'm going to leave it at that. I apologize if you think that was the case. Believe what you want. Nothing I say is going to convince you otherwise. Look out for channel reviews coming soon.